Hari Om Bhagavad Gita Daivasura Sambat Vibhaga Yoga Chapter 16 Recapitulation. This chapter, according to me, is a very important chapter. All of us are living in this world without knowing how to live. Sorry to say, if we do not live or lead the life as per the Shastras, then we lead life like animals. How to live? What is the purpose of life? What to do? What not to do? Who will tell all these things? Bhagavan says everything in this chapter. A seeker who wants to go up in the spiritual ladder must know this chapter. As said in the introduction, chapter 16 introduction, Bhagavan Krishna just holds a mirror in front of our face. See the face in the mirror and correct yourself. Because it is very difficult to Bhagavan Krishna to come to each and every fellow and say, no, this is your mistake, you correct. This is your mistake, you correct. Crores of people are there. So he just holds a mirror. You see the mirror, you correct yourself. Even the worst sinner, he wants to look good in the eyes of the public. He dresses up, he combs his hair, he wears a good shirt. Outer correction is not important. Inner correction is important. Bhagavan, in the first three verses, in detail gave what are the Daivi Sampads. They are 1. Fearlessness, purity of heart, steadfastness in yoga, charity, control of senses, sacrifice, study of Shastras. This is very important because finally Bhagavan concludes, study the Shastra. So study of Shastras, straightforwardness, ahimsa, truthfulness, absence of anger, renunciation, peacefulness, absence of crookedness, compassion for living beings, avoiding too much longing, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness, brilliance, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, absence of hatred, absence of pride. These are the qualities of Devi Sampat. In verse 4, Bhagavan described what are Asuri Sampats. They are hypocrisy, arrogance, self-conceit, anger, harshness, lack of discrimination. These are Asuri Sampats. In verse 5, Bhagavan Krishna said, Devi Sampats lead one to liberation. That is, it will liberate you from samsara. Asuri Sampat leads one to bondage. That is, it will bring you into samsara. Bhagavan said, Hey Arjuna, you do not worry. You belong to Devi Sampat. I think this is applicable to all human beings. All human beings are born with Devi Sampat only. Only in the mid of the way, we lose our way and then become asuras. Then in verse 6, Bhagavan Krishna said, there are two types of living beings in the world. One is of the nature of divine and the other is asura. The proportion, because everyone has got these two qualities. The proportion may vary. But broadly, these are the two kinds. At this point in time, Bhagavan must have felt that he has not explained Asuri Sampat well. Hence Bhagavan Krishna said, Arjuna, I have described divine Sampat at length. Now I will tell you about the Asuri Sampat. From verse 7 to 15, Bhagavan Krishna details the qualities of Asuras. Bhagavan said, Asuras do not know what to do and what not to do. Meaning, they do not know the Dharma. They do not have inner purity, nor proper conduct, nor truthfulness in them. Asuras say, universe is without truth, without any basis. There is no God. The living beings are born merely out of lust between male and female. That is the cause for birth. What else can be the cause? That is the way they will ask. Asuras holding this view become the enemies of this world and are the cause for destruction of this world. Asuras are filled with insatiable desires. They are full of hypocrisy, pride and arrogance. Due to delusion, they hold on to the evil thoughts and engage in actions in this world. Naturally, if your thoughts are bad, resulting action will also be bad. That is what Bhagavan says. Due to delusion, they hold on to evil thoughts and engage in actions in this world. Their concerns and worries are immeasurable and end only with death. Their highest aim in life is satisfaction of sensual pleasures. Then, according to them, life is only for enjoyment of sense pleasures. That is all there in life. What else is there? Enjoy, make merry, die, go. That is what they will think. They bind themselves with hundreds of hopes. With lust and anger, they engage themselves in action and accumulate wealth by illegal means for sensual enjoyments. Asuras have this mentality. I have gained this today. Tomorrow I shall obtain this. Today I have this much wealth. Tomorrow that wealth will also be mine. I have destroyed this enemy today. Tomorrow I will destroy all the others in the field. I am the Lord. I am God. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect. I am powerful. I am happy. I am the richest. I am born in a very good family. Who else is there equal to me? Show me one person who is equal to me. I will perform rituals. I will give charity. I will enjoy. I. So that kind of mentality. Bhagavan in verses 16 and 17 said that Asura's minds are covered with so many thoughts because of desires. Aneka chitta vibhranta. Completely covered by the net of delusion, addicted to satisfaction of sensual pleasures, they fall into hell. Inevitable result. You slip into the hell automatically. They fall into hell. Self-conceited, stubborn, filled with pride and with arrogance due to wealth, they perform rituals for namesake only and contrary to scriptural injunctions. So whatever they do, it is only pompous. To show off. They will put their posters, their thing, everything, just to show off. Whatever is enjoined by the scriptural, Vedas, they will not follow. They will have scant respect. Bhagavan in verses 18, 19 and 20 said, Asuras, filled with egoism, brute strength, insolence, lust and anger, they hate Bhagavan Krishna, who is the very life principle in them and in others' bodies also. These Asuras are cruel and worst among the living beings. Naradaman. Bhagavan Krishna said, I send them repeatedly in Asuri wombs, entering into those wombs. These Asuras, birth after birth, they fall into a condition still lower than that, which means they will become animals or trees, because they will become lower than that. In verse 21, Bhagavan Krishna unequivocally tells us what are the three gates to hell: desire, anger and greed. Three gates, pasted with stickers: desire, anger and greed. Way to hell. So Bhagavan says these are the three gates to hell. One should abandon these three. In verse 22, Bhagavan said, the one who avoids these three gates follows what is good for him and thus reaches the supreme goal. Bhagavan Krishna in verse 23 warns Arjuna, the one who casts away the injunctions of the Shastras due to sense desires, sense pleasures, attains neither maturity nor happiness nor the supreme goal. In verse 24, Bhagavan Krishna concludes, Hey Arjuna, therefore follow the authority of the Vedas. Because Vedas say what is to be done and what not to be done. knowing the Shastras, perform actions in this world as per the Shastra prescriptions. So you don't do what you want to do. See whether it is approved by Shastra. If it is approved by Shastra, do the work. Otherwise, don't do it. Thus, Bhagavan Krishna beautifully ends this chapter 16. In my view, Bhagavan in one stone, he throws one stone and hits two mangoes. First one, what I think is, for example, I am a lawyer by profession. I always feel this way. Daily I have to go to court. Even if I go to court, my case will be at the bottom of the list. Case may not reach. You sit the whole day, come back. Then, in case if the case reaches, I say something, the opposite side will argue something else, judge will say something else, completely different from what I am saying. Even assuming the judgment comes in the favor of the client, then client will vanish. So, what kind of job is this? So, when I was going to the court, I saw a doctor, clinic. He was sitting coolly in a AC room. 20 patients are outside. So, simple MBBS doctor. So, I know that doctor collects 1,000 rupees as fees. So, 10-20 patients are there. So, per day easily he will earn more than 20,000 rupees in 1 hour or 2 hours. Morning only 10 to 12 his clinic is open. So, maximum medicine, if you think, maximum medicine you can practice by seeing advertisements on TV. Headache means Saridam. Cold and headache means Vicks Action 500. Fever means Dolo 650 or 750, whatever it is. Then for arthritis and other things, there are some Ayurvedic medicines that are prescribed. Hair fall, there is a shampoo. So, most of the disease, if you see, they are all common disease. People never go for, maybe cancer will be there or some other problem will be the serious problem. But that is not common. Most of the diseases people go to doctor is common disease. Doctor, I have a headache. Finish. Then you take a paper, write, get 1,000 rupees fee. What a cool life. In that case, can I practice medicine? Because I hate my profession. The same law which I read will punish me. Naturally, it will punish me. Similarly, Arjuna is an army officer. He is an army chief. While coming for Dharma Youth, those days you can see sannyasis and rishis, actual sannyasis and rishis, they will be there on the road. So he must have seen some yogis. So he must have thought, what a cool life. So he wanted to become a yogi overnight. Ignoring all his qualifications, which he has obtained during childhood onwards, and his mentality, naturally. Bhagavan says, follow the Shastra. What is the rule? Vedas say, follow Swadharma. Bhagavan Krishna already said in chapter 2, verse 37, Ato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat uttishta kaundeya yuddhaya krita nischayagam. Hey Arjuna, do your duty. Because a king has to protect the country. A king has to punish the other means. If somebody is going against Dharma, what is this government there? For what this government we have kept? If government is, in fact, if it is encouraging adharma, then the world will go into hell. So, as a king, the duty of a king, as per Shastras, is to protect Raja Dharma, is to protect his country, to protect the good from the bad, to establish the rule of Dharma, to punish the other means. That is why Bhagavan says, even if you die in this war, you will go to heaven. That is what you are wanting. Everyone wants to go to heaven. Automatically. Ato va prapsyasi swargam. Suppose if you win this war, then what will happen? You enjoy the comforts of the king. In both the ways, you stand to gain Arjuna. So follow the Shastra. Then Bhagavan says, again Bhagavan said in chapter 3, verse 35, Sheyan swadharmo vigunagam paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidanam sheyagam paradharmo bhayavagam. Hey Arjuna, it is better to perform one's duty than to perform another's duty, even assuming you exceedingly do well in that work. Others' work, even if you do exceedingly well, don't do it. It is better to by performing your duty than to follow the duty of another, which is wrought with fear. For example, again, if I practice medicine, I have a law qualification, but if I practice medicine, maybe huge rush may be there outside my clinic. People will say he is a Kairasi doctor. That means by his touch alone, all diseases will be cured. But eventually, my mind will always be worrying when the police will come, when I will get caught. Even though I earn money, I will lead a comfortable life. Huge rush outside my clinic. Happily I can earn money and live. But how long this will continue? I don't know. I will be worrying. That bhaya, that fear will come. That is why Bhagavan says, do your dharma. Don't do others' dharma, even if you do it exceedingly well. This is point number 1. Point number 2, what I feel is, when Arjuna said, instead of fighting this war, I will go and beg on the streets. He did not mean that he wants to become a beggar. What he meant was, I think, he wanted to lead the life of a sannyasi. Bhagavan says, very good. Who prevented you from becoming a sannyasi? Qualification of a sannyasi I have given in the first 3 verses, given in the Shastras. You have to practice the 26 Daivi Sampats. First you need to practice, then become a sannyasi. Overnight you cannot become a sannyasi. Maybe you may become a fake sannyasi. If you become a sannyasi, those days the punishment was severe. If the king comes to know that you are a fake sannyasi, then he will cut you into pieces. Hence Bhagavan says, follow the Shastra. By performing your karma, as per the injunctions of Vedas, you control your mind. Surrender the results at the feet of Bhagavan Krishna. First calm your mind. A calm mind is fit for meditation. Then you become fit to practice Jnana Yoga. Hence Bhagavan says, in any case, whichever way you want to go, follow the Shastra. That is the thing. Finally, Mukam karodi vachalam pangum langayade girim yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. If Bhagavan Krishna's blessings are there, even a dumb person can speak clearly and eloquently. Even a lame person can climb Himalayas effortlessly. That is what this sloka says. We have completed 16 chapters. Not sure whether I am living the way prescribed by Bhagavan Krishna, prescribed by the Shastras. But with these blessings, anything can be done. That is his botheration. Why should I worry about it? You surrender at his feet, then leave it to Bhagavan Krishna. As instructed by Bhagavan Krishna, first step is to know the Shastra. Gita is Brahma Vidya. It is Yoga Shastra. Bhagavan has allowed me the Vimuda, worst. Vimuda is full. Vimuda is the filtered idiot, to join in his best school of thought. That itself is his blessing. Otherwise you can't come to Gita. That is what I think. With these blessings, we will begin the next chapter tomorrow. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana